the hardest thing, there were two men who did commit suicide in their cells during the times that I was visiting. One of them was this, the man who had saved the pictures of Alaska.
Oh, wow.
And so what happened, his wife was ill, so each time he would tell me about how she was doing, and she died. And he wanted to go to the funeral, and they wouldn't let him, and he hung himself. So that was quite. He was a man too who caused a lot of problems. I mean, he would with the guards, and he wasn't very popular. Not that they were popular, but it was interesting. The other men, felt like he had been picked on, and at least they said that after he died. It affected everybody there. And then the other one who took his life was a young man who had been accused of killing his wife, and because she wanted to leave him, and he did tell me the story, and he said he didn't do it, and he said why, what reasons why he couldn't have done it, and but he was told that something had gone wrong in the trial, and they were going to give him life without parole instead of, and he was going to be moved, and he took his life because he had been, for 2 months, he was complaining to us, or saying how he wanted a new trial because he felt he was innocent. He didn't want to just be given life without parole. And he said that his mother wouldn't be able to come visit him where he was going to be sent, and he didn't want to go back into general population, and so he took his life. So those were both very, very sad. I mean, it's for them maybe it felt like a relief, but it just seemed like that anybody is that desperate is very sad.
Absolutely. And
What kind of relationship did you have with them while you were in prison? Did you have visitation rights?
They came once a month to see me. I was allowed 4 visits a month, and generally my children come to see me once a month. Grandma or grandpa would bring them up, and which was very painful. You're glad to see them and really happy to see them when they walk in, but it's such a tense environment, and you might get a half hour, you might get 2 hours, you might get 3 hours. You don't know how long that visit's going to last. And inevitably, when they leave, that was the hardest part. They want to take you with them, and they can't. And so that was very hard on my kids.
Once a month?
I would have never survived death row, because there was times when I actually say my prayers at night, just beg God, let me die in my sleep. Please, spare my family this burden, because I'm tired of doing 23 hours a day in a cage. That's how it is when you spend decades locked up for something you haven't done.
When we first went down there, they were saying, a lot of the prisoners were saying, "Why are you here? What are you doing here for?" I said, "Well, we're coming down there because you guys are complaining." And they said that, we hope, coming down and looking and hearing your complaints, we'll pass them on to the Department of Corrections, and hope that, we'll get you better treatment, and it's just I don't know if some of them thought we were spies or something like that. But anyway, some of them were very cold. Others were just the opposite. In fact, one of them, I won't mention his name, but one of them, he just kind of gave up and he was ready to volunteer for execution. The sooner the better.
Wow.
You know,